You want to know what this crazy, bizarre, insane free agency has proven to me? We may not ever see a superstar on one team for the totality of his career ever again. Just 3 years ago, we seen Tim Duncan retire after 19 seasons with one team, the San Antonio Spurs. Also that same year, Kobe Bryant, he retired after 20 long roller coaster seasons with the Lakers. This past season, we just saw Dirk Nowitzki. He retired after 21 crazy long seasons with the Mavericks. But I can't tell you that we're going to see that many more times after that. Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, they may be the exception because they were drafted into a great run franchise with the Warriors. They draft well, they put players together well, so they may be the exception, maybe Damian Lillard. But other than that, we're not going to see that much more. In this new age of sports, loyalty is non-existent, and I'm not mad at all because I think it's a smart move in a smart direction for sports. Now, just my quick disclaimer, you guys know I do this every single video. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and check out my other videos. You're going to like them. If you're returning, make sure you turn on post notifications if you don't already. If you don't, that's ridiculous. Drop a like, have some faith. You already know I drop bangers, so make sure you drop that like button. Do that, that helps me out a ton. Anyways, after the 2016 NBA Finals, Kevin Durant decided to leave his buddy Russell Westbrook and join the team that he just lost to in the Western Conference Finals. After that move, everyone and their grandma was in shock, and we just completely concluded that the league was over. It's done for. It's no hope. Kevin Durant just ruined the league, and he turned into the biggest villain in NBA history. I mean, the move was so egregious. Adam Silver, the damn commissioner, had to step in and literally create a KD rule going forward. The rule is supposed to put so much money in players' faces by the original teams that it's impossible to step away from that team and be quote-unquote unloyal. But as you can see, it's still not working, and why is that? Well, to me, it's 3 reasons, and the first one to me is unloyalty by franchises. Let's look back just one season ago in 2018. After making All-Star games and really making a name for himself, Blake Griffin signs a massive 5-year, $171 million deal. The Clippers management compared his re-signing to Gandhi, MLK. I mean, they're excited. They even gave him like a mock jersey ceremony to really convince him to stay with the Clippers, and he did. He fell for it, and he was loyal. And literally just 5 months later, he's traded to Detroit, a place he probably never thought about living, for Tobias Harris, Avery Bradley, and Boban. Now, I know it sounds funny because it's Blake Griffin and not too many people care about his career, but think about if you're a star and you finally have liberty, you're finally a free agent, and you have the opportunity to go anywhere and live your best life, because it's not just about basketball, it's about lifestyle as well. And you choose loyalty, and just 5 months later, you're treated like ammo for different players. Never forget this. For a star, you're only a free agent every 4 to 5 years. So you absolutely have to get the most out of your freedom while your stock is high. So that means for Blake Griffin, when his stock was at its absolute height, like it's probably not going to get any higher than it was a few years ago, especially with his injuries, he chose loyalty, and loyalty stabbed him in the back. Now, if he wants to get that big contract from a place that he really wants to be, he has to perform high in Detroit, a place he really doesn't probably desire to be, and that's just kind of how the system was. They used and abused him.
About the situation still being icy, that's the owner of the Clippers, Steve Ballmer, looking to shake hands and exchange pleasantries with Blake Griffin after his pregame warm-up. Blake wanted no parts of it.
DeMar DeRozan, as we all know, he's another one. He's the one sole star that actually chose Toronto. That's never happened in the history of this league. A star chose Toronto, and as soon as the opportunity came so they can move him, that's exactly what they did. They moved him and got Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, it was a great business move. They won a championship, but it's still no loyalty. Kyrie Irving, you can call him a diva if you want and all that, but he has literally bullied 2 franchises into making him their new starting point guard. He averaged 29 points, was like the 4th place for MVP. But as soon as Kyrie Irving came available, they moved him and got Kyrie. Brooklyn, D'Angelo Russell, my favorite player, had his best year. As soon as they got the opportunity to get Kyrie, they ditched him. So there's really no loyalty on either side. Now, the next reason to me is money. It's crazy to even think that players nowadays are making so much money that they're able to leave $60 million on the table and it's not even a big deal. Who's the greatest point guard of all time? Most people would say the Magic Man, right? Do you know how much money he made in his entire NBA career? $23 million. This is no disrespect to Kyle Lowry because he's a champion, but next year he'll make $8 million more in 1 year than Magic made in his entire NBA career. So Adam Silver, I know adding that KD rule, that was supposed to work, but they're making so much money elsewhere, and from their one deal contracts, it doesn't even matter. I mean, even JJ Redick, his stock is always going to be high because he can shoot better than 95% of the NBA. In 2017, he signed a 1-year deal with Philly for $23 million. So in 1 year, he made more than Magic made in his entire career. Happiness is always going to overrule all the money because it's money everywhere nowadays. Back to Magic Johnson, and I hate to sound like I'm picking on him because he's beyond good now. Look at his net worth now. But in 1980, he signed a shoe deal with Converse for $2 million total. Damian Lillard signed a 10-year deal for $100 million with Adidas. So he's making $10 million a year just off of shoes. Players are making way more money than they ever have nowadays. So like I said, loyalty because of money, that's not even a thing anymore. Now the final reason that I think loyalty is losing its value in the NBA, bad run franchises. I'm not even going to spend too much time on this because I literally have a video coming out this weekend about this very same thing. But look at a player like Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker has been in this league for about 8 years now. His best player that he's ever played with may be Al Jefferson. Not saying Al Jefferson is bad. He was a solid player, made all-star games, stuff like that. But in that long, the best player he's ever played with is Al Jefferson. I mean, besides Al, the players that he's played with is like Mo Williams, Gerald Henderson. These are his players, and these were his teammates for about 8 years. That's damn near wasting his whole prime. I know if you asked most of the NBA community, they're all going to come to the conclusion that Kyrie Irving is better than Kemba Walker. I mean, I agree with it too, but let's look at that and let's really think about that. Kyrie Irving, before LeBron James, his teams were in the lottery. They weren't doing much, but he's actually got the opportunity to display how good he is because he played with LeBron and superstar talent. Kemba Walker, he's never got that chance, so how could we really even say that? In big primetime moments, we really don't even know what he can or can't do because he's played on a terrible franchise. If Kyrie Irving never got LeBron and he stayed in Cleveland for the majority of his career, we probably wouldn't even view him like we do right now. He got the opportunity to play with the greatest player maybe ever, and he was able to display his talent. Kemba Walker, he's never got that opportunity. Look at Devin Booker. His career is being wasted with Phoenix. Look at LeBron for the first 8-9 years of his career. Cleveland couldn't even get him a second star. The best player he played with in Cleveland his first go around was probably Mo Williams, and Mo Williams was an all-star by association. No disrespect to Mo Williams, but he made the all-star team in 2009, damn near because he played with LeBron and they had a great record. So that you can't waste a player's prime and expect him to stay. If we actually look at the players that stayed with one team for their entire careers, they had success and that's why they did it. John Stockton, he never won a championship, but he had success in Utah. Kobe Bryant, he won championships obviously in LA. Dirk Nowitzki played with a good franchise with Dallas, and that's why he stayed. Tim Duncan won 5 championships, probably should have been 6. So if that's not happening, a player's not going to stay just because you drafted him. Never forget, for the most part, these players didn't ask to play for these franchises. They saw their talent in college or wherever, and they chose them. So they're not going to stay just because you selected them. That's not how that works. If you guys like the video, make sure you guys like the video. Loyalty is the most contradiction thing I've ever seen. We get mad at Kevin Durant for going to Golden State, but if Kawhi goes to LA, we're all happy as hell. Oh, a new super team, LeBron. We like loyalty when it benefits the players that we like. That's just kind of how it is. If you guys like the video, make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys drop that like button. I can't emphasize that enough. That helps me out a lot. Make sure you guys like the video, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about this NBA loyalty thing? Do all that great stuff, guys, and until next time, stay tuned.